Mishka and welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, we are going to be starting, well, I'm not, technically not starting, but ending a step one, not episode. Okay, I need to stop getting mixed with those, but yes, we finally finished all the moments for step one in last episode, so make sure to go check those out before you, continue with this episode. But yeah, before we get started, make sure to hit the subscribe button and share with your friends so that they can find my amazing channel just like you have right now. So yeah, let's get started and I hope you enjoy. And then summer ended. Yes, move on to the next step. Ooh, okay. I'll never get tired of that view. You stood beside your moms, Lizzie and Cove, as the five of you watched the sun dip into the ocean somewhere far, far away. You like to imagine it cooling off in the water, resting itself before getting ready to shine brightly again tomorrow. That was a fun day. I didn't know they had magicians on the shopping street now. Neither did I. Oh no, we are so dull. Let's get out more. He didn't do real magic, Mom. How did you figure that one out? Because I know, that's not what real magic looks like. Oh, Lizzie dear, there's all kinds of magic in this world. Lizzie gave Mommy suspicious look, but didn't dispute the claim. You looked over at Cove, who hadn't said a word since you started home. He didn't look upset though, just content. You're aware he still hadn't quite warmed up to your parents. Well, we can't all sit out here all night. Time to hurry home and get cooking. Who's helping with dinner? Lizzie immediately let out a groan. Mom, summer's almost over. The protest was obvious. You could practically see school on the horizon. You certainly didn't want to spend your last bits of freedom cooking dinner. You could do that any other day. Please, can we play just a little bit longer? Mom looked down at you with a sigh and you clasped your hands together to give your plea some extra appeal. We'll help with dinner tomorrow. You immediately nodded in agreement with the very clever offer, shifting closer to Lizzie since your parents couldn't possibly resist the power of you two combined. Please. Soon we'll have homework and reading to do. We can't do work now too. Lizzie made her case and stopped her foot on the ground. You mimicked her, feeling that would add something to the argument. Well... No. Oh, come on, Pam. I can help you with dinner. Mommy leaned in for a hug, and you knew that you were very close to victory. Okay. Alright. But as soon as dinner is ready, you lot are coming inside, understood? Yes, Mom. Yes, Mom. Cove, dear, you're welcome to join us as well. You grinned at Cove and nudged his arm with your elbow. Cove gave a non-committal shrug to your mommy, which you took as an agreement. So much to do, so little time. Maybe I can still get the seashell bracelet at Tins and Trinkets. Ooh, or maybe the playground. Or the fireflies would probably be coming out soon, right? Don't I get a say in this? Lizzie looked over at you, narrowing her eyes like she was very seriously contemplating the answer to that question. A strong gust of wind made you shiver. Lizzie huffed as she wrapped her arms around herself. Doesn't the wind know that summer's not over yet? That's all Lizzie said before abruptly turning on her heel and heading off in the direction your mothers had gone. Where are you going? I'm going to my room. I have lots to plan if I want to make the most of tomorrow. You thought this over, looking off towards the water again. Lizzie didn't wait, and before long she was disappearing off down the road. Are you going home too, Mina? Cove was leaning towards the beach, and you could tell he wanted to stay out a little bit longer. No, I want to stay with Cove. Cove gave you a smile that you couldn't help but return. Cool. He made a little gesture that you interpreted as follow me, and then started heading to the waves. Jeez. Cove knelt down, picking up something you quickly identified as a smooth rock. He reeled his arm back and tossed it out into the water. It was a good toss. That was pretty neat. What are you doing? Nothing really. You tilted your head, wondering over the sudden pensive look on his face. Just thinking. About what? Cove was looking down at his cast, scratching idly at the pink surface even though you were pretty sure he couldn't feel it. His brows were furrowed, and there was a frown on his face. It's not fair. I've had to wear this cast for ages. I can't even swim. How'd you get it? I was jet skiing. Cool! You beamed at him. You had never gone jet skiing, but you'd seen others do it all the time from the shore. It looked impressive. Cove looked a little taken aback by your outburst, but after a second he gave you a small nod. You thought you spotted his cheeks turning a bit pink. He turned away before you could be sure, though. Oh, he's so cute. And he then continued to explain. I crashed. He gestured to his arm as if to say, and this was the result. It's hard to believe you're allowed to jet ski.
Whoa.
Well, I'm not. Oh. Cove let out a huff, plopping down onto the sand. I can't believe summer's almost over. He sat down next to him and nodded in agreement, regardless of the sudden topic change. I don't want to go to school. I mean, I would. I don't want to go to a new school. I think it'll be the same school as you and Lizzie. My dad said something about that. That's great. We can sit together during lunch. You had only ever been to one school, but you were sure that his old school couldn't have been that much better. Then again, he did have to make new friends and meet new teachers. It could be kind of scary. Cove shook his head, then wrapped his good arm around his knees as he drew them to his chest. You heard a sniffling sound, and when you took a good look at his face, you realized that his eyes were wet.
I want to go home.
The sudden sadness caught you off guard. You were so excited that Cove would be going to your school. It made you feel that he was so upset about it. Well, I can walk back with you? Cove shook his head at the offer. No, I want to go back home. Right, Cove wanted to go back to his old home. The one that sat waiting someplace far from here. The one he would bring up whenever he felt this sad. It had been a while since he had moved in, but he didn't seem to feel any better about being here. He settled back down onto the sand, trying to consider what to do. This can be your home. It's a really nice home if you give it a chance. Cove didn't respond to that. He just tightened his arm around his knees, resting his chest on them. Oh my god, chest! His chin! Sorry. You're not gonna leave, right? You'll still be around? The question was a little surprising. Of course! Your parents would have mentioned if you were ever gonna move or something, right? After a second, Cove gave a little nod. Once I get my cast off, we could go swimming. You were fine with him changing the subject again. Yeah, that would be fun. Cove smiled and looked back at the waves. My dad keeps saying I'll get used to everything eventually, that I feel better then. It used to make me angry. I didn't want to get used to everything. He spared a glance over at Cove and saw the anger had slipped off his face in favor of something almost puzzled. But maybe that would be okay after all, as long as I really do feel better. I can't see it. You could remember a long time ago when you first started going to school. You had absolutely not been okay with the idea of being away from your parents for most of the day, to listen to strangers tell you what to do and sit with kids you'd never met before. Things changing is hard. He held his hand. You're not quite sure what to say to that, so instead you reach out and take hold of Cove's hand. The one closest to you is the one in his cast, so you made sure you were very gentle. As you watched, Cove's eyes got a little misty once more. You got the feeling that they were different tears than the ones from before, though. I hope next summer I'll surf and go exploring, and everything will feel like it's supposed to again. You will. It will. The two of you sat quietly, just taking in the sounds of the waves. You hoped that Cove would be able to accept this place as his new home. You'd definitely try to help in what ways you could. There were so many wonderful things here Cove probably hadn't even seen yet. Lost in thought, you started a bit when you heard a faint familiar sound. The sound of your mom shouting your name. You looked over your shoulder, realizing it was probably time for dinner. You were reluctant to move, having enjoyed sitting together, but you were hungry. You stood and dusted the sand off of yourself. My mom's calling. It's time for dinner. You should come. Cove looked up at you, expressing screaming reluctance, yet ultimately, okay. When you smiled, Cove returned with one of his own.
Nina. Thanks.
It was nice where you were right then. But the two of you couldn't stay there in your own little world any longer. You were being called forward. So the both of you ran off towards your house, leaving the waves and summer behind. Oh my gosh! No way! Oh wow! Oh wow, wow, wow. In between. Oh wow, that gave me chills, dude. It feels. Oh my god. Oh wait. Oh wait. So we can actually like change everything again. Okay, I'm not gonna actually change anything except the hairstyle. So yeah, that's really all I'm gonna change. Unless there's other things. Oh, I like this though. Oh, acne? No. Earrings? We can have earrings. Okay, thick. Braces? No. Earrings. Okay, wait. Let me go back here real quick. And then here. I like that one. Oh, I like that. That looks so cute. Okay, wait. Let me actually see. No, I like this other one better. Okay. Braces. No. Okay, I think that's actually. Yeah, let's change this to all watches. Sure. Okay. Done. Oh wait, we can change our feelings again? Oh wait. Oh, I guess we can't change it. Alright, this is fine. Yeah. We'll just leave it like we did. Oh wait, Cove customization. Customize Cove. Choose to customize Cove yourself or let his prior experiences determine it. Okay, I'm actually not going to change his personality, but I want to see what we did for this step to where it got to where it is now. But I am going to change his appearance, so yeah, let's do both. Okay. I like this one more. Glasses. We can have no glasses. Okay, wait. No, we're going to leave the glasses. It's iconic. Okay. Okay, actually, I don't want glasses. Okay, just leave that, and then that one. Okay, so we are done customizing Cove. Oh, okay, so for what we got for step 1 for Cove's personality is warm and steadiest. So I'm just gonna leave that, and then, oh, okay. Okay, August ended, September began. It was time to go back to school. Lizzie groaned and complained the entire first week. She hated going to classes. Still, there were interesting things to do that couldn't be done anywhere else. You weren't sure how Cove felt about it. He was enrolled that year. That was like a sign Cove would be staying in Sunset Brook for a while. At school, he was alright, but kept his distance from the other kids, from what you saw anyway. Whenever he could, Cove stuck to you like glue. He didn't even mind that much what you did to pass the time, as long as it was together. And that was just fine. You felt for him the same way you always had. Nothing changed. Except, as you got older, you were able to understand better exactly what those feelings had and still meant. That year, the divorce of Cove's parents was finalized. You ever heard your parents talking about saying Cove's dad got full custody? At first, you worried that meant bad news. It had made Mr. Holden cry, apparently. Then you found out it meant Cove would keep living with his dad. He would only stay with his mom a few weeks of the year. Cove cried too, for a different reason, you thought. It seemed like Cove and his dad might move again, but Mr. Holden decided to stay after all. Mom asked it about him once. He had said he didn't want to uproot Cove's life a second time. Mr. Holden tried to get Cove to like Sunset Brook more. He kept encouraging his son to go out and see the place. Sometimes Mr. Holden volunteered you to spend time with Cove. He seemed very confident that it was an effective strategy. Cove never talked to anyone about what happened to his parents, and withdrew whenever it was brought up. It was hard for him, yet nobody knew how to help. Eventually, Cove stopped crying on his own. He couldn't understand what had changed. But you hoped that you could help him feel better still, since even without the tears he looked sad. Maybe one day he could say out loud what he felt inside. After that, it felt like things had gone back to normal, except what was normal didn't stay the same. Years passed and suddenly you were in middle school. You weren't a kid anymore. You were 13 years old. That officially made you a teen, even if your sister didn't agree. The toys and crayons that used to litter every space in your room had been packed away somewhere, replaced by new hobbies. There were other changes too. Cope's cast got taken off. It was weird to see him without it initially. Underneath the plaster ended up being a long, thin star that snaked across his forearm. Cope's chest puffed out in pride when someone drew attention to it. He also went through a major growth spurt. He was tallest student in his class for 2 years in a row. Cope will probably hold that spot again next time. In class, people knew him for more than just being tall. He also stood out because of how well he did on tests and in other academic situations. Over the years, he began opening up more too. You saw him talking amicably with other kids or neighbors from time to time. And the only kid that came to visit the neighborhood when you were little, Shiloh, well, he was gone. What? He and his mom moved back south because of her work, just 1 year after Cove came to Sunset Bird. Oh, wow. It had been really upsetting when he left. Lizzie was inconsolable for weeks, but nobody talked about Shiloh anymore. It was a long time ago. Learning some heartbreaking things became less sad the further they were away. Became less sad the further away they were, even if they had never really gotten better. That was sad in its own way. Things at home were different too. You still lived in the same house and all that, but it wasn't how it was before. Mom dyed her hair purple. What? Wanting something new and liked it so much she kept dyeing it. You remember calling her mommy as a kid, but something like that seemed awkward nowadays. You were much too old for that word. Lizzie felt too mature for a nickname too. She insisted everyone calling her Elizabeth, so you did. Your mom soon gave her permission to go places other than the playground and shopping street, which she took advantage of. You rarely saw her around the old neighborhood. In fact, she hardly spent time with you the way she did before. Elizabeth instead associated more and more with girls from school who were her own age. Maybe the difference between 13 and 15 was greater than the difference between 8 and 10. You started befriending new people yourself, like 𝐸𝐸 𝐸𝐸. Sorry, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. He didn't live in the neighborhood or go to the same school. What happened was his and Cope's dad struck up a business partnership a few months ago. Since then, Derek would pop up in the area now and then. It seemed Mr. Suarez, I don't know how to say that name, I'm sorry, was happy to let Derek tag along to his work if Derek had the time for it. Without a doubt, everyone and everything around you had changed, in small and big ways. You had to. As time went by, though, it was easy to settle into this new normal. Then, before you knew it, school was over and summer vacation had come again. Oh my gosh! It was the first day of summer vacation. The sun was as hot as ever, but you were inside and away from its harsh rays. To be more specific, you were wide awake, about to go enjoy your time off. You made sure to slather on a generous amount of sunscreen so you didn't get burnt. You were looking in the mirror, studying the clothes you'd thrown on, when your bedroom door opened without warning. In the reflection, you saw Elizabeth raise an eyebrow. Have you been staring at yourself this whole morning? Good morning, Elizabeth. She ignored that, crossing her arms over her chest with a disgruntled expression. Clearly, she hadn't come in just to see you. Mom told me that your baby boyfriend is here and wants to see you again like he does every day. Don't call him our baby boyfriend. He brought some happy summer gift from Mr. Holden. Mom wants you to take it from him, saying thanks or whatever. You did not like the way she called him your baby boyfriend, but you knew by now that saying so wouldn't stop her.
Come on.
So come down already. I'll be there when I'm there. Elizabeth rolled her eyes and laughed, having done what was instructed of her. Now alone, you focused on the mirror again. Ravage. Your reflection fit comfortably in the frame. Cove was really tall and Derek was kind of short, and you were pretty much the exact height that someone would expect for a 13-year-old. You liked your height. It suited you well in your mind. Then you put the finishing touches on your outfit while ruminating on the situation. Careless as they had been, Elizabeth's word piqued your curiosity. You planned on going over to see what Cove was up to today, so this worked in your favor. It was when you spotted your reflection that you realized you were smiling wide. You were looking forward to seeing him. You left your room, taking an easy time down the stairs. Oh God. Oh, step 2, second chance. Adolescence. Okay, everyone. This is where I'm gonna end the episode for today. So we start step 2, so that's good. So yeah. But lastly, you're Gemini. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye.